Ion exchange chromatography. This is a technique in which charged species are exchanged, and this technique is used for the separation of valuable analyte molecules. What's the charge of the molecules that are separated? Accordingly, there are two types of this work. One in which the analyte is an anion or negatively charged, the other in which the analyte is a cation, that is positively charged. When the analyte is anionic in nature, negatively charged, the column is coated with a positively charged surface, and when the analyte is positively charged, the column is coated with a negatively charged surface. So basically this is an attraction between oppositely charged particles. Of course, you can see in this diagram, ion exchange chromatography uses displacement of an ion from the stationary phase by a solute ion. K, equilibrium constant K, is dependent on the relative affinity of the analyte for the surface over the solvent ions. So through a column, the mixture to be separated are moving. Depending upon the affinity of these analytes to the different charges of the coating material, these ions are separated. Mobile anions held near cations that are covalently attached to the stationary phase in this example. So this is an anion exchange resin. Only anions can be attracted towards it, while cations are not attracted. So cations move more freely. The equilibrium constant K is actually a measure of the affinity. Small k value means lower affinity of the analyte molecule towards the coating material, stationary phase. That means low retention time. They move faster and they reach the other end of the column first. What are the factors that affect the k value? One is the charge of the ion. If there is more charge, there will be more affinity. If there is less charge, there will be only less affinity. And size of the hydrated ion is another factor. The same thing is given here in the form of a diagram. Here this is a column. This column may even be a burette. It is packed with polymer beads with negatively charged functional groups. These large surfaces, large circles are the coating material, the stationary phase. In this example, they are negatively charged. The mixture of analytes is being added here. Protein mixture is added to column containing cation exchanger, and then what happens? We are adding an eluent, a type of solvent, a mobile phase, and accordingly these molecules are moving at different speeds, and we collect them in different vessels. Proteins move through the column at rates determined by their net charge at the pH being used. With cation exchanges, proteins with a more negative net charge move faster and they elute earlier. In this diagram, what is happening here is actually enlarged. Positively charged protein binds to the negatively charged beads. Look here, we already told that the beads, the stationary phase, are negatively charged. So the negative charge is attracting positively charged proteins. So what happens? The negatively charged proteins are easily carried away by the solvent or by the mobile phase, and they reach the other end of the column easily. Ion exchange chromatography uses the phenomenon of attraction between oppositely charged particles, and it is used for the separation and elution of charged particles. Here, the mobile phase is of course a liquid, and the stationary phase consists of ion exchange resin, solid substances coated to the inner side of the column. These ion exchange resins are generally of two types, those having negative charges and those having positive charges. We select an ion exchange column based on the type of the molecules we are going to separate. Suppose we have a molecular mixture from which we want to selectively separate positively charged particle. What we will do? We will select an ion exchange column which is positively charged or which consists of positive ions attached onto the inner surface. When the mixture is passing through them, any negatively charged particle of the mixture are attracted towards the positively charged ions of the resin. So what happens? Only the positive components of the mixture are allowed to pass down. That is one way. And there is other way also. For example, if you want to get the positive components, we can select a negatively charged ion exchange resin, in which case all the positively charged components remain attached with the ion exchange resins, while only the negatively charged particles are eluted at the other end. So which type we select depends upon our experiment. So retention is based on attraction between solute ions and charges bound to the stationary phase. Okay, that's all. Here the same thing is given in the form of another diagram. It's very clear. The beads are having positive charge. So we know that the negatively charged particles move faster. The negatively charged particles are getting attracted towards these positively charged resins, while the positively charged particles are moving faster and they reach the other end of the column. Suppose we want to get the negative charge also. Suppose we want to get the negatively charged particles also, then what we should do? We may change the pH of this medium so that the charge density on the negative particles can be reduced and they also can be eluted. The same things are given in the form of another diagram, and it is explained here. You can see here the eluent molecule liquid, they are being added and the particles are being carried away slowly. The same thing is given in the form of another diagram. You see, more highly charged molecules are more tightly bound to the resin and so travel slowly, while moderately charged molecules equilibrate between the resin and the moving buffer, while less charged molecules bind less strongly to the resin and equilibrate with the moving buffer more readily, and so they travel rapidly and are eluted sooner. And so by now you might have understood that we can classify it like a strongly acidic cation exchanger, weakly acidic cation exchanger, strongly basic anion exchanger, and weakly basic anion exchanger, depending upon the type of exchange and type of ions, etc. And what are applications? This ion exchange chromatography has got a lot of applications, include deionizing of water by replacing cations in water by protons and replacing anions with OH minus ions, purification of proteins, nucleotides, etc. So a lot of applications are there. Water softening is there, water demineralization is there, utilization is there.